Yo guys, it's CFB. Welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're all doing well. Today we've got some interesting but annoying news, and then we've got some good news obviously to come after it. But yeah, before we get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, first link in the description is my second channel, which I didn't get a video out in the end because the video I was going to upload went to pot in the end. It went to pot. I was meant to be uploading a FIFA pack opening, but it was terrible. They were good packs as well, they were terrible. So I apologise on that behalf. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the transfer news as of late. Yeah, let's just get straight on to what I saw last night. So my last video, I complimented from a source called Record Portugal, who are decently reliable. They get some of their things right. Now, they said Ugarte to Chelsea was done. You know, that's what they've been saying the whole time. Ugarte Chelsea's done. It will be set to be completed in the next coming days. Medicals are meant to be booked and everything. And I was thinking, okay, Fabrizio's going to report on this soon. Fabrizio said it's in advanced negotiations. Chelsea are in Portugal negotiating and everything. But it's not quite done yet, but it will be soon and stuff like that. And then yesterday night, Fabrizio Romano said this last night. So yeah, he said this. Breaking: Chelsea pulling out of the Manuel Ugarte race. PSG are now in the lead to sign the player. Player was open to Chelsea move, but PSG have offered more, and Chelsea are not willing to pay well above what they consider Ugarte's market rate. I thought we was gonna get this done. The thing is, I've got a mate on Twitter called A1 Chelsea. Shout out to A1. You know, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel yet, go and subscribe to him. It'd be first thing in the description. I'll leave his channel in the description. I was saying to him on Twitter, I was saying, I have a feeling we're gonna bottle Ugarte. I have a big feeling we're gonna bottle it. Lo and behold, a couple hours later, we bottle it. Well, do we bottle it? Well, we did bottle it in a way, yeah, we did. We 100% have. But we're the ones who pulled out the race. Now, there's more news on the whole situation right now. And this comes from Record Portugal again. Do I quote these guys? Yes, I will quote the guys. Because Fabrizio Romano's also said it, but Portugal were the first ones to come out and say this one. So I'll show you what they said. PSG made a huge increase to Ugarte's salary. They've gone from €5 million to €10 million. This did not go down well with Chelsea, who informed all parties they are threatening to leave the deal. Chelsea, though, want to hear from Ugarte now that he will fulfill his promise made. Chelsea even have the medicals booked. The next few hours should bring a decisive decision. Which, obviously, a few hours later, Ugarte, wasn't going to go to Chelsea. So Chelsea's was 3.5. They increased their wage thing from 2 million to 3.5 million, which is about, what, I don't know, to be fair, 50k? I don't know, 50, 45k a week. PSG offered him at the start €5 million a week, which was, I think, 83k a week. They've upped it to €10 million, which from the numbers I've heard is 190k a week. Now, in Chelsea's perspective, I can actually kind of understand why we pulled out. Because, let's be real, Ugarte at the moment is earning 13k a week. He isn't 190k per week player, for me personally. He's minimum 105k per week, I'd say, give him. And I generally reckon if Chelsea offered him 105k per week, I generally think he would have accepted. I think he would have accepted. If we bumped that up to about 5k, I think he would have accepted over PSG's 10. I generally think so. But Chelsea pulled out the race and wasn't willing to go any higher. Which, like I said, in a way I can understand because 190k per week, that's just stupid. But, my opinion now, I'm worried to do with the DM situation. I am worried. And I'll get into why I am worried after I've given you the next bit of news, because all the news I have today is to do with the DM situation. It's all to do with the DM situation. There's nothing else really. The Kai Havertz thing looks increasingly likely he's going to join Real Madrid and stuff like that, you know. That's all that's really come out as of late. So it's all just a DM situation at the moment. But I can understand why we pulled out. Now we get into the news that literally broke just after the Ugarte to Chelsea not happening deal. So that's all completely done now. It's out the window. It's a here we go to PSG now for Ugarte as well. It's done. He's in Paris now, apparently, doing his medical stuff at. So, yeah, it's been unfortunate because I reckon he would have been a solid option for us. But, you know. Now let me bring you the next bit of news. Chelsea are turning their attention to Romeo Lavia from TalkSport. And then here's another little bit of news from Romeo Lavia, which came out today. Joe Shields is pushing for the higher-ups to start talks with Romeo Lavia. It's now his most likely destination, but Liverpool are in the fight. So Chelsea look like they're turning their attention to Romeo Lavia. Of Southampton, who, in my opinion, will probably cost him between 25 to 35 million, maybe. So you're effectively looking for, when we sell Kovacic, he's probably paying for Lavia. Like I've already said, I do not mind Lavia. I actually rate Lavia really highly. But do I reckon Ugarte is a better option than Lavia? Yes, I think so. I wouldn't mind if Lavia came to Chelsea at all. Actually, I've been vouching for Chelsea to go after Lavia for a long time now. If you look back on my rebuilding Chelsea videos from like 3-4 months ago, I was saying Chelsea should go after Romeo Lavia. I think he's going to be a big player in the future. But I just would have had Ugarte above him like I did in my tier list. He's a young player though, Lavia. That's the thing. He's 19. Like I said, he's probably not on the level of Ugarte yet. My worry about Lavia as well is he had a really good season last season, but towards the end of the season last season, he started to dip off. The last 6, 7, 8 games of the season, he was dipping off. Big form. But my only thing that I can think about in that behalf is the fact Southampton were done, relegated by then. And he was probably thinking about another move maybe. I don't know. But, you know, defensively, he's really solid. Going forward is really solid. I don't know really much of his strengths and weaknesses. But on the ball, he's actually really good for a DM. So, you know, on that behalf. But I just don't think Lavia is that person to be Chelsea starter. Do you know what I mean? A Chelsea starter. I just don't think he is. Not yet. I think he would be a really good backup if we were to go for somebody else, which I'm going to get into shortly. And, you know, he can get a couple starts here and there. You know, if he deserves to start over, you know, somebody else if we buy, you know, I can understand. But I just don't think he's a week in, week out starter for Chelsea just yet. I don't think so. I think he'd make a lot of mistakes. He's not a leader. Ugarte is somewhat a leader as well. So, yeah, that's just my worry about the Lavia situation. Joe Shields is pushing for it. I generally think Lavia to Chelsea could probably happen. I don't want to jinx it. I thought Ugarte to Chelsea was going to happen, so I ain't going to jinx it. I ain't going to say anything anymore. I'm not going to say anything anymore. Touch wood. I'm touching wood. I want you all to touch wood as well, so here we go. I think, I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. There's a very big chance, and like the source reported, it's looking like his most likely destination. I don't think Liverpool will get him because I think they're going after... They've got McAllister, that's really... Here we go. They're meant to be going after Thuram and Manu Kone as well. So I don't think they will go after Lavia, but, you know, it's a worry. It's a worry. And then here's the big bit of news, which from Mr. Reliable, Fabrizio Romano, and this came out as well straight after the Ugarte thing last night. So take it away, Mr. Fabrizio. Regardless of how this Ugarte saga will finish, with PSG having a match point and Chelsea out of the race as of now, keep an eye again on Moises Caicedo. Chelsea want him in January, then well informed since May. Caicedo's always been in the list with Ugarte. Now, Do you know what's weird about this whole Ugarte thing, this whole Caicedo thing? Fabrizio has been pushing this for some reason. Like, yes, I get it. We are looking at Caicedo. I get it. But Fabrizio's really pushing this. He's telling all Chelsea fans to keep a big eye on this. He's been telling us since, you know, pretty much the end of the season. Keep an eye on Caicedo. Chelsea fans, keep an eye on Caicedo. You know, there's no doubt he's definitely going to probably be on Arsenal's list, but I don't think Arsenal will get both Rice and Caicedo. I don't see that happening. I'm hearing stuff about Caicedo's price tag maybe being in between 80 to 100 million. If it's 100 million is too much, come on. 80 million, I'd put 75 million. I think they would accept 75 million for Caicedo. Again, I'm not going to say if I think this one's going to get done or not, because I don't want to jinx anything. Actually, no, with this one, I don't think Chelsea are going to get this one done. I don't think Chelsea are going to get this one done, if you know what I'm trying to say. But I did put Caicedo above Ugarte in my tier list because of his Prem experience. He's got the experience in the Premier League. So if we end up getting Caicedo and Lavia, I really, really wouldn't mind it. I think that's really good. I actually said in my tier list, I wouldn't mind Caicedo and Ugarte, but my concern about it is I feel like one of them after a season of being on the bench majority of the time would be there like, want to leave. Do you know what I mean? So we'd have to search around again for a backup DM. So that's why I said I would rather an Ugarte or an Lavia or a Caicedo or an Lavia. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like Lavia will be a bit more laid back for a couple of seasons and won't mind being not a guaranteed starter, but be a starter when he deserves to be. Do you know what I mean? When he's played better. And like I said, I did put Caicedo above Ugarte in my tier list as well. My worry, this is where I get onto my worry about the whole, you know, the Ugarte messing up one is, there's going to be a lot of clubs after Caicedo. A lot. We don't have Champions League football. Yes, we can offer money. We can offer a lot of money. But that's the thing, though. Caicedo, let's just say Caicedo gets an offer off, let's just say Liverpool come in for him and say, look, we want to offer you 100k a week. Actually, no, Liverpool ain't even got Champions League football. Let's just say Arsenal come in. Or Newcastle. Let's say Newcastle, because bugger Arsenal. I hate them. Let's say Newcastle come in with an offer and say, look, we're offering you 100k a week, Champions League football and everything. And then Chelsea say, look, we want you at the club, but we're offering you 100k a week or 110k per week. He ain't going to accept us. We're going to have to offer that much more than any other team. Do you know what I mean? We're going to have to offer like 60k more, like 160, 170k a week if another team puts in like 100k a week. Because we've got to give him that more to think about, like, oh, they are offering me a bit more money and they are a massive club and they probably will be back in the Champions League next season, but they haven't got Champions League this season. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to think about it as well. Brighton have European football. They have somewhat European football. Do you know what I mean? They do. So we've got to put in a big offer. A big offer. Whereas with Ugarte, he was willing to come to Chelsea. You know, we only needed to offer him maybe 5 million a year. Do you know what I mean? That's it. And there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be a lot of massive clubs after Caicedo. Prem proven. Big. He's going to be a big player. And he is on the list. It's not just going to be us after him. Whereas with the Ugarte thing, it was just us and PSG. So we've got to do something big. And if we miss out on Caicedo as well, and we only get Lavia, that's a concern. It's a big concern. Not on half of Lavia. I rate Lavia so highly. I do. 10%. What's that about? But to have him as our starting DM the whole time, and not having anybody to back him up, let's just say, for example, or we get a player that's worse than Lavia to be his backup. You know, I want someone who's more experienced, someone who's proven more, like a Caicedo, in that role. Do you know what I mean? I want someone like that. Otherwise, I think we're in a very, very concerning spot. So yeah, bit of a disappointment about Ugarte, but we've literally got to go all out on Caicedo now. All out on Caicedo. Don't get Lavia done first. Get Caicedo done. Try and get Caicedo done first. Try and get it done first. And it's going to take a lot of negotiation because we're dealing with Brighton. You know what I mean? We're dealing with Brighton's negotiators and they're jarring to say the least. They're like Napoli's negotiators. You know what I mean? So yeah, before we even move on to Lavia, we need to get Caicedo tied down now. We need to, and then you move on to Lavia. And my other concern is I was hoping we would get Ugarte done early before the transfer window even opens and effectively get out all of our business done really early before pre-season. I want our business done at least a week before the pre-season opens. So we've got everybody there, everybody ready, and Poch doesn't have to deal with players who aren't going to be there, you know what I mean? Or Poch, you know, so he gets to know what players are like and players can build friendship instead of halfway through a season or, you know, at the start of the season where there's games coming. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on everything. And let me know in the comments down below what you think about everything, about the Ugarte deal, Caicedo and Lavia and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments down below. So, yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. Please like, subscribe. Take care, all. Notifications on as well, because like I said, videos could come at any time. Do you know what I mean? We could get a Caicedo here we go tomorrow. And, you know, I'm straight on it. You know that. After the here we go, my video will be uploaded 30 minutes after. That's what I'm saying. You need the notifications on. So turn them on. Very much appreciated. Take care, all. And, yeah, peace.